Welcome back. Good morning, everybody. Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. I'm still having my
Chris
coffee.
snuck up on you there.
He did. I was like, whoa, watch out. Yeah, and much love to my brother. He reached out to me on Friday asking me to go to an Astros game. Hasn't asked me in a while. And when he does, of course, I'm in Chicago and I can't go.
Right.
I'm like, man.
You're like, I'm sitting in an airport.
Well, I was in my hotel room, getting ready for the next round. But I'm like, oh. So, of course, he did find a friend. And then I love seeing his pictures because he's, like, hilarious.
Yes.
He is so bloomin' funny. And seeing him pose with all the statues and doing it just reminds me. We had a trip in Vegas and he was doing some inappropriate posing there. And it just bringing back the memories,
Right.
Good times. That being said, yeah, welcome back. 8 to 10 every Saturday morning. You get to hear us sharing about ourselves and everything going on in the community. I mean, yeah, we started from 8 to 9, and then now this 8 to 10 has just been blowing up. We love it so much, and so thankful that, of course, on Lone Star Community Radio, Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. So thrilled to be a part of this team, because if you are a listener, or if you're new to or if you're a new listener, let me say, you have found the right station. We've got a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of talk, get a lot of great music, and I mean, you learn a lot. So definitely want to get plugged in, encourage all your friends, and really, there's so many great ways to tune in. It's wild. We've got, of course, on the dial, right, the radio, but then you can go on irlonestar.com, and if you're real savvy, you got the app, which will give you 24/7 worldwide connection. Really is the best way, okay? Because in the car, you know how it can get funky town with those other stations competing for the airwaves as far as any of the sound. So you get to clear everything when you got the app, and I definitely encourage everyone to do that. And of course, when you're at home, you want to just pop it on the computer, pop, there you are.
That's right.
Wake up to us Saturday mornings, but man, just keep it here, because throughout the week you've got so much great music and just learning. Like I said, there's so many great shows on. So much love. And in fact, today we're going to be out at the Texian Heritage Festival.
What? There you go.
It just rolled off the tongue.
Wow.
Yes, from 10 to 5.
Wonders never cease.
I know. I'll mess it up again. Don't worry. But that being said, no, it's going to be a great event. Want to encourage everyone to go out there, especially because we're going to be having a live remote. El Jefe and a lot of our talented team is going to be out there kind of spotlighting everything going on from 10 to 5 today.
Yes.
We encourage everyone to go out there. It's a really great event, super reasonable pricing. And I mean, who's going to pass up some fun, right? Especially when you're in your backyard. So, okay, so I want to talk about kind of our top threes, all right, because every week we do our top three. This week, we get inspired, of course, by our guests, and we have Ian Ramirez with us, and he is, just well-talented, well-rounded, talent in this community, excuse me. And he, he definitely has, he's a hustler just like us. He has many gigs, many roles. But his latest venture, I just got so thrilled. Remember, because we were interviewing him and we were talking about, certainly a lot of the business stuff he does. And he brought up the fact that he's an opera singer. And I was like, oh, what? Hold on. Let's pause this for a minute. I was like, hold on. Okay, let's set this business aside for a minute. Let's talk. And I was just blown away at learning his life. It's just so fantastic. So I asked, we were talking to him and I was like, well, how did this all come about? We got a little bit of the intel. And then that's when Jen and I jumped on it and we're like, please come back. Please come back and tell us about it. And he was so kind to, be here this morning, because I know, of course, he's got a lot going on. Just a few things as I see him on the phone, hustler, getting it done. But also, he also is starting this new venture on top of, being the singer. He's starting to do, voice instruction too. And because I am not an artist, I cannot draw, I cannot sing. I have it all but the voice, right? Because, I can lip sync with the best of them.
Yeah.
That I'm just amazed by it. So he's going to give us some intel. And like always, we get inspired for our top three.
You got some moves.
Thank you.
And dancing is an art.
Aw.
There you go.
Thank you. See, you're so sweet. She's just so nice to
Fine.
me.
I
She
try.
did miss me.
Try.
It's been super nice grit this morning. But for a little bit, because I know.
Yeah, it'll come out. Don't
I
worry.
was about to say, I'll bring it out, I'm sure. So top three, I called when I talked to Jen, because, we do these on the fly because we love kind of just improvise. We want it fresh. So we were talking last night just real briefly about our top three. And I was like, oh, we should do the top 3 movies we'd want to turn into an opera. And Jen's like, no, I want to do our top three favorite musicals. And then we started getting into it. I was like, well, a musical is not an opera. And she was like, well, I'm saying, and we were going back and forth. I was like, okay, all right. We'll do the musicals, even though although I'm not like any kind of professional, here I am, I'm all tit for tat.
Right.
I don't think a musical is an opera, but we will do that. However, I do want you to throw me one movie that you would want to turn into an opera. Deal?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that being said, let's start with our top three, and then we'll do the deal at the end. All right.
Okay.
All right. Give me your top. Give me your top first one.
Phantom of the Opera.
That's what she said last night. She was like, hello, Phantom of the Opera. I was like, I'm not trying to be Miss Uppity, but
I think it really was an opera.
Ian saying no.
Come on now.
No. I wish my buttons were up. I got to work on my. Okay, but yeah, I have not seen it, but of course I hear great things, right? So
Yeah.
all right. That's a lot of great material there. Thank you. Okay, going on to mine, I guess. No, nothing. All right. Mine.
No, you just shot me down.
No, I'm not shooting you down. It's just usually when we give our top three, we give some meat with it. So you just shot out the no meat, no buy story, no.
I like the remake with Emmy Rossum. There you go. And Hugh Jackman.
She just threw me a bone. She's like, all right, one mention. All right, mine is The Lion King. Beautiful, beautiful performance. And I've seen it in Manhattan. It was just an amazing production.
Yes.
Amazing. And totally blew me away. So I loved it. I loved it very much. And I think, again, I love live music. So live performances, it's hit or miss. But I thought that it was just beautiful. So I have to, I'm not one for necessarily, like, I'm not going to go out and seek musicals to watch, like, except for Grease. I mean, Grease is like
Right.
a classic, but most of the time, I'm not like a musical lover, but if I go to a Broadway show, then I'm in that zone.
Right.
So that's where The Lion King is just right up my alley. It was wonderful.
Yes.
And I love the costumes. It's so cute. You see how I brought the meat with it?
Yes,
you see
I
how
do.
I brought that meat? Okay, number two for you, Mama.
Wicked.
Oh, I've heard great
I saw
things.
it last year for the first time.
Now, what's the premise there? It's a witch
like,
story, right?
yeah, it's like how she became the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, kind of like that Disney movie that with Angelina Jolie, Maleficent. Maybe not. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I had never been to the theater before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and a friend of mine took me. It was amazing. And I actually got my picture taken with Elphaba, who is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Nice. How'd you score that?
They come out in the
they
back afterwards and they sign autographs and stuff. So I got her autograph and got my picture taken with her.
I've never had that chance.
And yes, and I also got an autograph from the actress who played Glinda.
Oh, cool. Well, and I haven't seen that production, so that's where, I'm like, well, what's the premise? I don't know, but I've heard great things.
Oh yeah, the next time it comes back, it's gonna be a girls' trip. So you're in.
Yeah, no, I love the idea of that for sure. No, that's so great. I'm gonna put it on the list. I love to do a little bit of everything. I love first, that.
Yes.
All right. So very cool. My next one actually is, not because I just came from there, but it's just an awesome performance, is Chicago.
Yes.
Seeing that live, and I think it still qualifies. Like when I think of Broadway shows, I think of musicals. So don't slap me, guys, if I'm wrong there. Listeners, if they're like, no. But I love the performance, and I particular because the one that and I wish I had her name pulled up. She's on Frasier. She's got beautiful legs, and she is
Jane Leach.
Is no
The British.
No, she's. Who? Yeah, her name is Lil. Oh no, I was like, that's her character name is Lilith. BB Newworth.
Oh yes,
she is fantastic. So getting to see her star in it is just, it was amazing. So again, saw that one in Manhattan. And it was just amazing. And of course, right there, going to all the restaurants and everything, just taking care of. It's just really fun. So love that event, and I just love how again the drama with it and the kicks, and I mean she is like Tina Turner-esque legs. Like, it's just amazing to see her. And she's just, now in the show, Frasier, because I'm kind of a Frasier junkie, she comes up real button up and kind of, but I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, that is her character.
Her character, but outside, and that's what, she's a great actress, because outside of that, she can play any and everything. I mean, she's amazing. So yes, Chicago, I would say go check it out. It's definitely, I mean, it's got some punch to it. I love it, love it.
Yes.
All right. What's your next one, honey?
My last one is Rent.
See, I heard great things of that too. Now, that premise is...
Well, I mean, obviously, well, not, I mean, since I've never been to the theater except to see Wicked. Yeah. I've never seen it. I would love to go to New York and see it on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I actually watched it.
Ian gives you a thumbs up for that comment.
Good.
He didn't say anything about my Chicago. He was still hustling, but that's okay. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, I actually saw it. They made it into a movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I just fell in love with it.
Oh.
So I own it. And
really?
Yeah.
So you would be like
I own it on DVD.
And... then I'm putting it on the list. After we do Vegas one day, we're going to go to Manhattan and see some shows.
Sounds fabulous.
Now, I really don't know if we can line up all of these at the same time, because many of them, of course, but we'll get something really good.
Well, I mean, I'll loan you my DVD of Rent, because several of the actors in the movie version were in the Broadway show. So
okay, that's great. No, I love that. Yes, now I will tell you again, I have to typically go and be in that zone. I don't know if I would run out to watch it on the TV, but I will with you. I'll do it.
You will.
Because Grease is about as wild musically as I get on the TV screen. Okay. All right. Well, good to know. Listeners, if you're just tuning in, we're giving our top 3 musicals that are not at all related to our guest, because he's an opera singer today. But that's how we roll, because Jen loves the musicals. So that's how we roll. But I'm putting you...
Okay.
Here comes the grit. What?
Yeah. No offense to Ian, because he's super fabulous. Opera's not my thing. And maybe that's because I've never really experienced an opera.
Oh.
So a Phantom of the Opera is about as opera as I get.
Yes, and we have to fix that. Ian, put that on your list. You gotta school the ladies here, because I definitely
okay. But the movie that I would turn into an opera,
what?
Pretty Woman.
That is fantastic, Ian. Can you make that happen? Look,
he said he's on it.
He's on it. That would be, though. I mean, I think that would really be a great opera. Man. Okay. Well, it's hard for me to beat that, because that was really good. But first, I want to tell you my other love of musical, Aida. Hands down, the most amazing production. And now, of course, when I give you my top 3, I've seen just 5. Broadway shows.
Okay.
So these are my top 3s, but because I've experienced them and seen them. Now, I don't, typically go. So that's why when you say Wicked and...
Aida was an opera, correct?
No.
It was not?
It's a Broadway show or musical, I guess. It's, it may be a Disney one too or something, but I mean, the production, it reminds me of the Lion King kind of productions, where it's just, and it truly takes you to a different world. It's just captivating. And that's one that I really was so, at the edge
Did
of
Elton John write the score for that?
I want to say yes. Ian, thoughts? Yeah, Ian thinks he does. Because I think so too. And it's just, I was literally on the edge of my seat, so engrossed in the production. I have never been, it's top favorite.
Okay, I'm going to put it on my list to check out.
You really should. It's amazing. I think to me, it was just the more, I know it's not necessarily considered a classic, because I'm sure Chicago, and there's another one I'm thinking of with a kick a lot and stuff. But Aida, to me, is just hands down the most beautiful experience. I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And of course, I wanted to go out and sing everywhere, and
right.
You know how that goes. All right, so
do it. Just do it, girl.
I'm going to do it. And my opera movie, I would really turn one of my favorite movies, which no one knows.
Shag.
Yes. Why are you hating?
I know her too well. I knew that's what she was going to say.
Shag the movie. Don't get construed dirty thinking people. And no, it's about some girls in the late 50s that go to Myrtle Beach, have a fun time, and love comes in the picture and blah blah blah. It's very fun. I love it. Watched it when I was a kid, and I've been hooked ever since. Luckily, I've got some really awesome friends that know how to score some cool stuff because they got it. Happen to have DVD and now VHS. Thank you, B. Versions of it. I love it. Yes,
Yeah, he got you like 2 or 3
he did.
VHS, didn't he?
Remember, because it was like
For like $1.
Yeah. Well, the backstory, real quick. Remember, it was like in moratorium, but then he was like, "It really isn't," because I found these at Goodwill.
Yes.
And he looked them up. They're like $25. I was like, "No, when you look up DVDs, they're like hundreds of dollars for them." But anyway, that being said, yes, I would turn Shag into an opera because I think it would be fantastic. Plus, I'd love to see how they transcend the 50s into an opera-esque, American transform. Thank you, into the 50s opera-esque kind of environment. How they would pull a twist on it. I'd love Elton John to get on it. Elton, Sir John, if you could. Just work on that for me. That'd be great. Okay. All right. Well, just had to put that out there because I know he's listening. And
of course he is.
Yeah, of course.
All of the A-listers are listening to us.
I know.
We're on our way to syndication.
Watch out. Yes, we are. And in fact, let's hit up our social media. Let our listeners know how to connect with us so they too can be in the know whenever all this happens. Okay.
That's right. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Grit and Grace Texas. Twitter, Grit and Grace Tex, TEX, because they wouldn't give us the A and the S.
Pretty stingy.
You can also email us at gritandgracetexas@gmail.com. Of course, we're, live.
What? Yeah.
We're on the AFM dial.
All the time, 104.5.
And you can also check us out on Our City TV, Suddenlink Channel 12.
I know. We are just hitting it all up,
I actually have a coworker who has seen us on there.
I know. That's so cool. I love it. I love it. And yes, we are so thankful to be a part of Lone Star Community Radio and even more blessed that you're tuned in. So you want to stick it right here stick it right here. Stay right here. Stick it right here. I'm a cheerleader. We've got Ian.
Or a gymnast.
Is it? Okay, it could be both. Ian Ramirez, one and only opera singer and voice instructor right here, one of our local talents. We are so excited to have him on. He's joining us next to kind of give us, he's going to school us on everything opera because, I'm a newbie. I have a few things that I've seen on TV, but I think he'll be schooling
Obviously,
Jen,
I need some direction.
I'm sure he's going to give it to us and just fill us in on where we can probably find some of this great, performances from him and people he knows in the community. So everybody stay tuned. We've got more of Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth coming up next.